to the basement.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Basement Boys podcast. I am Chris Gray. That is Devin Mitchell.
What to do, y'all?
And we're just going to start off real quick. Little personal note from me. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, I just released my brand new show. It's a music-based true crime show that I've been working on for the last few months. It's kind of like my baby, my passion project. Like, I'm having a super good time doing it. If you like spooky stuff, if you like true crime shit, go check it out. Murder Music on YouTube, Murder Music YT on Instagram, MRDER Music on Facebook. Yeah. First episode just dropped. Might see another familiar face in this first episode.
You might. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I show up.
And we're talking about the black metal band Mayhem. So,
A lot of fun. Good listen. Check it out.
all right, now that I'm done shamelessly plugging myself, let's jump into it. Start off with some good news for once.
I'm sorry. We have good news in the basement.
I know, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, just Adam Gase finally looks like he wrote his fucking ticket.
Yeah.
Even he doesn't think he can coach the Jets at this point.
Listen. You know it's bad when you have just full-heartedly given up coaching duties. He's now given play calling responsibilities to the OC, throwing Greg Williams under the bus. Players don't want to play for him. Coaches don't want to coach for him, I'm sure. Like, it's just
Oh, it's a mess.
it's just he's just circling the drain right now.
Yeah, he's basically given up on the season. He understands he's getting fired at the end of the year, and it is what it is.
Right.
Which I think is the best thing for the franchise. Let Joe Douglas have his guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because Joe Douglas seems to be, I mean, yeah, like, he traded Lev, and I didn't like that, and, like, blah, 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 blah. But he's freeing up cap space. He's acquiring a shit ton of picks, and is, I feel like, getting ready to remold this team in his image.
Yeah. I mean, you hate to see Lev Bell go out like he did because there's still so much talent in there. But Joe Douglas was definitely looking at the future and was like, all right, what can I do now to get myself ready for 2021 and 2022 and the future? You know, you get a couple young guys in here. Maybe if Trevor Lawrence decides, hey, I'm done in college, I'm going to come out, you know, you maybe get a new quarterback, which even though I think Sam Darnold is perfectly fine and perfectly capable, and then you just start putting the pieces together for the future.
If Donald gets traded away, he's just gonna become a good quarterback for another team.
Right.
He has no weapons. He has no line. He doesn't have an opportunity to.
Yeah.
Whether it's Josh Allen or Pat Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, any of them would not be able to do good with
No.
what he's working with right now.
And I believe it was his first year under Bowles. He did well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then the second...
I mean, well enough for a rookie quarterback.
Right. And the second half of the first half of his first year under Gase, year 2, he was doing all right.
Second half.
Second half, I'm sorry.
First
that's
half,
right.
he got the mono.
Yeah. So it just seems like you're having a different coaching come in and different playbook. You catch a mono. Like, he's been able to do with what he has for as long as he has been, but, like, he needs help.
Yeah. They already didn't have a good receiving core. And then your 3 top guys go out.
Right.
So he's playing with practice squad players, and not even like Mims getting some reps because he's a rookie, like someone who is thought to be someone who's going to succeed in this league. He's playing with random practice squad people who probably in any other scenario would never make the field.
Right.
So when you have no one that can get separation, when you have no time to let them try to get separation, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get traded to some other team, if they do go that route, I still think they should trade out of the first slot.
Yeah.
That's just me. But if they trade him, he's just gonna go somewhere else. They're gonna give him some weapons, and he's gonna have a great career.
Oh yeah, you like you said, just get the man some help, get him some weapons. I mean, Des Bryant just signed with the Ravens to their practice squad. You, Des, if he signed with the Jets, I'm not saying he's going to be, Des Bryant of 2017, 2016 when he was last playing, but man, he might be better than some of them practice squad players that they're lining up out there.
Yeah. I guess just from experience wise, but I don't really expect much from him. Other than maybe being just like a veteran to like help lead guys.
Right.
Like he got when he left the Cowboys just because he couldn't get separation anymore.
Right.
He hasn't played in 3 years. He went and hung out at the Saints for a little bit, but then blew out his Achilles. Like, I don't know. I think it was his like first practice he blew out his Achilles or something
think
like
so.
that. So, as much as like I'm rooting for the guy and I would love to see him back, I really don't expect much from him. So I wouldn't have made that move for the Jets personally.
I don't expect much from Des like you, but they just need people.
Yeah, and like I said, having the veteran in the locker room is always a good thing.
Right.
Like I'm not trying to say I'm not saying he doesn't have the mental capacity to play the game anymore. Like just doing the right things, recognizing the plays and blah 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 blah. I just think his body is failing him at this point. He's 32. He was already
Is he 32?
yeah.
Oh man, I feel old.
The last time he played, he was 29.
Fuck.
And yeah, like I guess the rest time might help his body a little bit. But and from what you've seen everywhere, he's been staying in football shape all those 3 years,
Mhm.
even in the off season. Just trying to make it back, but I don't think Dez can do what Dez used to do. Also, Dez caught it since we're on that topic, but but yeah, yeah. As much as it's a miserable time to be a Jets fan, you saw a little life out of them when Gase wasn't calling shit
Yo, you kept Buffalo, explosive Buffalo,
from a touchdown. Like
from a touchdown all game. You were leading up until halftime. Like, there's potential.
yeah,
You just need to get the right coaching, aka not Gase, and get some better players or not even better players, but more talented players with like upside, and see what happens.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of joining the train that's been growing recently of rehire Rex. I would love that.
Yo,
Just someone to go in there and punch those guys in the mouth a little bit.
not for nothing, but I'll be okay with that hire.
Yeah.
Like, he was great for New York. Him and the media, I love their interaction. That was just hilarious, in my opinion.
And I love him in the media now, but that's part of the reason I think he's going to come back, because he's talking shit on every coach.
Yeah.
He's just like, yo, why is this guy even in the fucking league?
Right.
I could coach this guy into a brown paper bag, whatever the saying is. I don't care. He can't coach his way out of a brown paper bag, whatever it is. But he's like, you can tell he's just like, yo, y'all suck. I could be doing so much better.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we all know he's a defensive-minded coach. So, that defense would shore up real fast.
That's the only thing that would make me not want him, though, because I think the way the NFL's trending is offensive coaches seem to have more weight.
Yeah.
But I feel like the last time we had even a semi-decent culture on that team was when Rex was coaching.
Oh, yeah. That was, I feel like, I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to fight for my teammates. I might actually fight my teammate. And we're going to do what we can, and we're going to ground and pound and protect our young franchise quarterback.
Okay. Everyone gives that guy flack for punching Geno Smith in the face. Have you actually heard the story?
Oh, I have, and I totally side with whatever.
I forget his name. I'm sorry. It's been years. But
yeah, you make a commitment and you don't show, and it's for a charity event, and you don't want to pay up.
after you're okay, so basically what happened is this guy had like a charity football camp, and he asked Geno to come, and Geno was like, "Yeah, bet I'll be there." He's like, "All right, cool. Here's money so you can fly here, and here's money for the hotel or whatever it was." Blah blah blah. And Geno was like, "Cool, bet." And then, so they do all the promotion running that Geno Smith's going to be there and blah, 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 blah. Geno just doesn't show, doesn't say anything. And then when the guy goes, "Yo, give me the money back," because he's like a third string guy. Like, he's not making.
I think it was like a 7th round, 6th round linebacker.
Yeah, but like he wasn't a starter. He wasn't making, even though Geno was on his smaller contract, like his rookie contract. He's still making a lot more money than him.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like, "Yo, give me that money back." And Geno's like, "Fucking no." So the guy ditches you after you paid for all this promotion, after you do all these things for charity, and then won't give you the money back that you gave him to come to the charity. I'd hit him.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
oh, hell yeah. Like, he's not wrong.
Yeah. Like, sorry. Like,
I'm sorry that you have to deal with the
consequences of your actions.
But this is life.
Yeah.
If you don't follow through on your commitments, usually lawyers get involved. Well, sometimes you don't got time to get a lawyer involved, and you just gotta use, the law offices of your fist.
Sometimes you gotta see the man, all right? Like, you did that to a guy who's in your locker room every day.
Right.
Like, stupid.
And
whose job is to hurt you.
Right.
It's literally his job.
And the starting quarterback nonetheless.
Yeah. Like, you should be a leader on that team where if you didn't go to the camp, like, and whatever, that's your business. Like, you don't have to go do something you don't feel like doing, but
at least give the man the money back.
Yeah, like, be a fucking decent human being. I don't know.
Give the money back and maybe donate a little bit of whatever your game check is to his charity. Help out whatever the cause was.
I think it was a charity camp just for like underprivileged kids to go.
So help out the damn kids.
Yeah, like
they gonna take your job anyway. Might as well get them on the right track.
Let's be fair. They can't take his job if he has no job.
Actually, I think he's a backup to Russell Wilson. Which, listen, I would not mind holding a clipboard and be like, "All right, Russ, you want some water? I'll go get you some water."
Yeah, right.
You want coffee? I'll get you coffee
for probably like $3 million a year. Like,
right?
Hell,
I'll do it for a mil.
Russ, what you need? You trying to pray right now? We're gonna go grab Futures, kid. We're gonna hang out.
We can do all of that. You tell me what you want, I got you.
Yo, Russ's stepdad goals, by the way. But
everything Russ is doing right now is turning to gold.
Yo, Mr. Unlimited is cooking, and you ain't stopping him, all right?
No. You know else who's on that train of stopping people?
Who's that?
DK Metcalf.
Oh God, dude. Okay, speaking of Steelers, fucking
Seahawks.
Who are why? I hate me. Yeah. Speaking of Seahawks, who are going off right now, DK Metcalf. That was the craziest tackle. That guy looked like he's been playing fucking defensive end for 12 years.
Yeah.
Like, and I say defensive end because he made Budda Baker look like a child.
He might be the size of like a defensive end.
Dude, seriously, when he went out and caught him, I was just like, Budda, no! Budda, no!
Yo, for those of you that haven't seen it, Russell Wilson throws a interception in the red zone, and Budda Baker is taking it back, and it's looking like he's about to take it 90-plus yards for a pick six. And out of nowhere, DK Metcalf comes running.
Came in and said, not today.
And when the interception happened, he might have been at least 10, 15 yards away from the play. And according to ESPN's Next Gen stats, Budda Baker's top speed was like 21 miles an hour. DK topped out at 22.5 or something.
I think it was like 22 point like 6'3" or 5'3", like something crazy like
Yeah.
that.
And he just caught him like he owed him money or something like
yeah.
that.
You see Buddha turn around and be like, "Nah, fuck off."
Afterwards, Buddha was he was mic'd up and he's celebrating with his teammates and he goes, "How did he catch my ass? What the fuck?"
Yo, he literally posted on like Twitter or something. He was like, "Yo, DK hawked my ass. What the fuck?"
But you gotta give him all the respect, because
Oh yeah.
to not quit on a play like that.
Well, everyone was giving him shit earlier in the season for quitting on the play because he didn't realize the guy was behind him.
Right.
And he forced the touchback. But yeah, then he was just like, "Nah, this one, fuck y'all. You ain't getting me this time." Like, oh man,
that could be the defensive play of the year right there.
oh yeah, dude, DK Metcalf is fucking scary. He's so fast. He's so big. He's not afraid to like go head to head with anyone.
No.
For someone who was not even on anyone's radar until he ran the 40.
Yeah.
And what did he run, like a 4.2?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Some ridiculous fast as
a giant human being.
he should not be that fast.
Oh my god, dude.
Like, he could be that strong, but being that strong and that fast, whoo.
No, yeah, he's that big, but like Tyreek Hill fast.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I
It's
forget
unreal.
who posted on Twitter. Someone was just like, "Yo, after the season, we're having a DK Tyreek Hill fucking race,
I
just straight
would
up."
pay for that.
Right? Are you kidding?
I would watch that over and over again.
Oh my god, that's DK Metcalf is so scary. He's so scary.
And what's really scary is that he's only in year 2.
Oh yeah, dude.
His potential is not to.
He's not
but-
old enough to even have technically reached his physical prime.
Right. And not to be like, not to throw this pun out there, but it's him and Mr. Unlimited. Like, he has unlimited potential.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The Seahawks, they struck gold when they got him. And
And plus, you have to worry about Tyler Lockett.
who is Mr. Reliable?
Dude, Mr. fucking going off this season.
Oh, my goodness.
Fucking holy hell.
What's this, like the second or third game he's had with like at least 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, I think this is the second game this season of over 200 yards.
Yo, everyone's balling out in Seattle, man.
Yo. Their defense is a little suspect, which is the only reason I'm not saying, like, yo, Super Bowl champions.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that fucking Tampa Bay just signed AB. Fuck, dude.
Yo, in that move right there, Tampa Bay signing AB might be low-key one of the best moves they could have made, because Chris Godwin's going to be out, at least this week, with a broken left index finger.
Right.
Potentially week 9, he could miss. We'll see what happens. AB is set to play in week 9. So if Chris Godwin can't play, cool. You could just slide in AB and just be like, "Hey, man, just run some fade routes. Tom will find you."
Do you understand that they have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Gronk, and now AB?
Yeah.
Do you understand that like we are witnessing the greatest wide receiving core, or the receiving core counting Gronk?
Yeah.
In NFL history.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing has ever even come close to this.
No.
This is like the Golden State Warriors of receiving.
Mm-hmm.
With KD, obviously.
Right.
Like, I'm with the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yep.
Which I don't feel weird saying that anymore because he's not a Patriot. Like, my life is great. Also, since we're here now, can we finally put to bed that it was Brady, not Belichick?
I think you have to.
Like, I get it. He's a great X's and O's guy. He did well being general manager and everything else. But look how that team fell apart. And it's not like he has a scrub. He has Cam Newton, who had his problems in Carolinas the last few years, but he was coming in real banged up,
Mm-hmm.
and also didn't really have as many pieces. I mean, he doesn't really have as many on the Patriots either. Now that I think about it,
But there was like, I think like a year or two where Brady didn't have nearly
oh yeah,
any receivers.
well that was half the reason he left. Last year he had no one,
Yeah.
and then he got AB, and then AB fucked it up.
But even when he was there, I don't think they fell under 2 games under 500.
Oh yeah, I don't remember. For the life of me, I don't remember them ever having a losing season. I know it's happened. I think it's happened, actually, now that I really think about it. I don't know if they've ever had a losing season.
Under Tom?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they might have had like a 9-win season in there.
Yeah, like there are definitely times they haven't made the playoffs, there are times they haven't been the lights out team in the league, but I can't think of a time at the moment where they were below 500. I don't even remember a time where they were at 500.
Yeah. No. I don't think Tom knows what 500 is.
Yeah, so like I'm not trying to discount Belichick, but you can take your stupid coffee table fucking napkin and fucking, I don't know, take it to Loserville. That was really dumb. I came in strong, and then I had nowhere to go with it.
I was kind of wondering where you're going with that. I was like, all right.
Trust me, I was too.
I was just going to fall back here and be like, all right, continue. Where are you going with this?
Yeah, but I hate Bill Belichick, so it just makes me happy. At least we're not as bad as the NFC East. I mean, the team might be worse.
The NFC least?
Oh my god.
Yo, from top down, that division's just straight trash. No, I'm sorry. Trash is too good for that. That's how bad we are.
Dude, I need someone to get into the playoffs with like 3 wins and be the home team.
It could happen.
I know.
That's embarrassing. I think I saw somewhere that like the Cowboys.
If that happens, they have to rework the entire playoff thing.
Of course.
I'm sorry.
No, I agree. You should not have 3 wins, even 4 wins, and host a playoff game.
You should not have. If you're not 800, you should not be allowed to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just the next person who should have got the wild card gets your slot.
Yeah.
Or the highest wild card gets your slot, and then move up the next person into the wild card.
I think you should just be like eliminated. Be like, all right, you're done. Whoever will play you, you get a bye week.
No, well, just to keep the same amount of teams because they need it for like the TV rights, like
Right.
they have the deals and everything. So what I say is, I don't know, just pick a random team. I'm just gonna go Seahawks and Bucks as we were just talking about them. Say they were the 2 wild card things.
Yeah.
Say the Bucks and then the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I would just kick out whoever won the NFC East if they're under 500. Put the Bucks as the winners of the NFC East.
Mhm.
Not actually, but like
Give
just
them that seeding.
give them that seeding, give them the home field advantage, give them whatever, and then move the next person who would have made the wild card into the low wild card slot.
Gotcha.
That's how I would do it, but that would be if a team is under 500. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or if it's like the next team that would have won the wild card has like 3 or 4 more wins than
Right.
whoever was supposed to.
Which very well will happen.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's how I would fix it.
well, look at what you got in the NFC East. The Cowboys. They're dead. As soon as Dak went down,
That team is too talented to be this bad.
right. I mean, you saw what they did when Dalton just got laid the fuck out.
Yeah, they did
Nothing.
nothing.
Like, I don't care who you are, but my mindset is if we got the same colors on, I might not like you as a person, but on the field, I'm going to fight for you.
Yeah. This is what we're doing.
Especially if you're my quarterback.
Unless you're Marshawn Lynch, then you're fighting them.
Yo, Marshawn Lynch gives no fucks.
I don't even care that he did that. Because he showed ultimate loyalty to his city.
To his cousin.
Yeah, like...
That was his legit cousin.
Oh, I was just told it was another Oakland guy.
Oh, no, that was like his cousin.
Oh, yeah, then fuck him. Yeah, fight him.
But that team is done. Jerry Jones claims that there's no void of leadership there, but you guys see with your own eyes if no one is defending your quarterback or like being like, what the fuck, getting in faces, that's a problem right there.
Look at the Packers now that they don't have McCarthy.
Yeah.
And
they're just having so much fun.
And like you've heard like Aaron Rodgers like not come out and say it as blatantly as some of these Cowboy players who, again, everyone's talking about they hate the anonymous source thing, and like I get that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna say it,
right?
But,
stand by your words.
Yeah, but at the same time, you've heard Rodgers like kind of touch on the fact that he thought McCarthy was a little soft. I feel like,
yeah,
like you can't really say he said it because it's been like little things where he's just like, I'm gonna float this out there a little bit, see if anyone notices. He's never come out and said like, yo, McCarthy is soft.
Right.
But like you could tell their relationship was souring by the end.
Oh yeah.
And look how they're doing without him.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is rejuvenated. Looks like he's having fun and almost looks like he's playing backyard football. Where he's just like, all right, who wants a football now?
Jones?
Robert Tonyan? I got you.
Devontae?
I got you now.
Good?
Aaron Jones? You caught a pass yet? No? Okay, we won't get you one.
Oh, you want Tutter right now? I got you.
Right. Like, he just looks like he's having so much fun, is so happy, and is kind of putting the league on notice. Like,
oh yeah,
I might be afraid of this Aaron Rodgers.
He literally just went to the whole league. It was just like, yo, you remember that old Aaron who fell off? Yeah, he don't exist. Fuck y'all. Like,
look, he fell off because he had to go shoot a State Farm commercial.
Same thing with Tom Brady. Tom was just like, oh, you thought I fell off a cliff?
Yo, Tom Brady
let me talk to you about some cliffs, son.
Tom Brady is rewriting history right now.
Dude, he's 43.
And he's playing like he's 30.
Oh my God. Like, yes, he's a pocket passer. He's not going to get outside, and especially now that he's older, he's definitely not going to get outside the pocket.
No.
But if you give him that 2.7 seconds or whatever it is for release time, he's finding somebody.
Oh, yeah. You know what's crazy is that he could literally, if he stays like in this system, I could literally see him playing for like another 5 years at least.
Dude, I would love to see Tom Brady still playing at 50, just to see someone do it.
That'd be amazing.
Well, he's always said, like, I'm planning on playing till 45 and then we'll see where it takes me. But to just, come on, you want to be that 50-year-old quarterback still challenging for a Super Bowl. Right. I would love to see that.
If
there's anyone who's going to do it, it's going to be Tom.
Of course. If he's still playing at a high level, which it looks like he can be, he's got a great receiving core. Their defense has come out of nowhere and it's just been sneaky good.
Yeah.
It's putting people on notice. I could totally see him doing that.
Oh, yeah. Especially with the receiving core he has now, because they're all young.
Mm-hmm.
AB's older. He's not old, though.
No, but what's he, like 29?
Somewhere around there, I think.
Yeah.
So, in wide receiver years, he's getting there, but he's not there. You know what I mean?
Mike Evans, who's got to be like mid-20s.
Yeah.
Chris Godwin, I think he's only in year 2.
Yes, 2-3 maybe.
So he's still young as fuck. Got young little Scotty Miller, who most times whenever he gets a chance, he's like, I got you, Tom. I'll catch a touchdown. I promise not to drop it this time.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette looks like he still might have a few more years left in him.
Yeah.
He's really been bouncing back this season, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just gonna it's so nice to be able to talk about Tom Brady in a positive light. It really is. Because you want to appreciate it, because I love greatness. I've stayed fans of people. I used to be a huge John Jones fan. I'm not so much anymore. because of his greatness, and I stayed his fan for longer than I normally would have with some of the stuff he's done. Even though now it's just getting to the point of like, bro, get your shit together. Like,
Calm yourself.
it's like, I get it, addiction is a thing and blah 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 blah, but like hire a handler or something.
Right.
Like, you have the money, and you're just costing yourself more money by not spending that money to get like a handler or something.
Go see if your brother will give you a room and like let him be your handler.
Yeah, one of his brothers just retired, didn't they?
Did he have two brothers in the NFL?
Yeah.
So I think one retired and Chandler Jones of the Cardinals
Is going off as usual.
Well, he actually on IR because I think he tore his bicep or something, or tricep.
When did that happen?
I don't know, 2 weeks ago maybe.
No. I don't like follow the Cardinals like that, but I usually follow him because he's John Jones' brother.
Right.
And then you have to follow Kyler Murray right now.
Kyler fucking Murray.
Fucking Kyler Murray. He's too short for the NFL, I'm telling you. Let me tell you guys.
He said
His hands need to be an extra quarter-inch bigger, let me tell you.
he just said, "Shut the fuck up. Let me show you what I could do." Not bad for a baseball player, right?
Yeah, right? Fucking garbage. Like, I get it. I get why they want the physical attributes, because, like, the data shows these type of players usually have better careers
Mm-hmm.
when they have the height, the weight, the whatever, all in line. But you have to be able to look at someone who is that just naturally gifted, talented, naturally gifted athleticism, from all accounts, hardest worker you ever met,
Mm-hmm.
and is doing all the right things. You have to take those things into account, even if he is a little short. And I think that's what Arizona did, and that's why they have a fucking close to MVP caliber quarterback. I wouldn't put him there, but I wouldn't put him like at MVP right now.
No, he's definitely.
But it's his
he's
second
not
year.
there, but he is definitely great. I mean, look at Drew Brees and Russell Wilson. I think they're both like 6 foot, maybe 6'1", and
Yeah.
they're the quote unquote small quarterback. And Brees, future Hall of Famer when he's done.
Oh yeah.
Russell Wilson, Hall of Famer when he's done.
Yep.
Super Bowl champions right there. Multiple Pro Bowls and all the accolades they can have. Height doesn't mean much. I mean, like, it helps, but it's not like as big deterrent, I feel like, as it used to be.
Yeah, and like, you just gotta understand, like, especially nowadays, these kids are groomed from when they're kids. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So they can learn from a young age to get around some of these challenges. Like,
Right.
yeah, are you probably not going to want to sign a 5'5" quarterback just because them getting over the line would be a problem? Sure.
But if someone's 6 foot, 5'11",
You make things happen.
if you got the speed, they got the speed, maybe run a couple quarterback draws or
And he's a dimer, too.
yeah,
Some of the passes he's been making recently, like the ones I've seen, they're fucking spot on.
putting it perfect.
And putting it perfect for the player.
Right.
I feel like that's the thing that Tom Brady does the best.
He puts it where the receiver can get, or the receiver can get it.
It's not even just that. He knows, like, he understands, okay, Mike Evans can make this catch. I'm sure Godwin could, but just for sake of argument,
Yeah.
Chris Godwin would need it 6 inches more in towards him. And he can make that determination of, can I fit this there with the defender, where this particular player, like, he knows every player, exactly where their zone is, exactly how they run their routes.
Mm-hmm.
He's not only just great at football, mentally he has it all locked in.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Kyler's showing a lot of that as well.
And it's funny because that's the difference of a player, quote unquote, being open and being covered. Like, they could be covered, but you put that ball just like in that small window where you know they can reach it, shit, they're open all damn day.
Right.
No matter how good that defense is, they could have a fucking two-man totem pole covering your best receiver. If you put it right in their wheelhouse, coming down with that.
Yeah. And again, just you can't. If you're gonna force something in, make sure it's to the guy you know can handle that.
Right.
Which I think he's very good at.
Oh yeah.
All right. I think that's football talk for the day.
That's a lot of football talk.
I know we went into it today, but
kind of lost track of it.
Dude, NFL's been going off recently.
Yeah,
I've been real excited about it.
You know what else has been going off? I hear your fantasy team has been going off as well.
Hell yeah! Let's talk about some fantasy. We can talk about it this week.
Yeah, because we actually remembered this time.
Oh my God! Speaking of Tyler Lockett, 53 points, Dev.
Unfucking real.
I don't think I've ever seen a 50-point game, and I have Derrick Henry. He drops 40 points all the time.
I seen one 50-point game, and that was from Peyton Manning. It was like the first game of the season when he played the Ravens. So I think it might have been after they went to Super Bowl or something. Dropped like 4 or 5 touchdowns. I went up against Peyton Manning. I lost the game before any of my players could play. That was a rough week 1 for me.
Oh man. But yeah, we haven't talked much about fantasy. We've been planning on talking about it, but we get caught up in the news of the week. So yeah, just to catch you up on the speed of where we are. Devin's team, number 1 in the league. My team.
Holy shit, I am number 1.
My team
Fucking A.
not doing quite as great, which is fucking bullshit, because I had the greatest draft. But I feel like I finally locked in on some of my key players.
Your players woke up, is what happened.
No, but I've made smart waiver wire moves. I'm bigging up myself here. I feel like in the past couple weeks I've made smart waiver wire rules to fix my role players, like my guys that aren't going to get me 30 points a game, but will get me 15. You know what I mean? We'll hit 10. I picked up Fulgren and Higgins, which is big for me.
Great pickups right there.
I picked up Jackson from the Chargers. And he's been doing great for me because I originally started off with Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's out. I'm just hoping Austin Eckler is out as long as Nick Chubb's out, so I can bring that back in. I was trying to ride Evan Ingram a little bit but he's so touchdown dependent. I was trying to ride him out of the flex, so I had to get him out of there, and then I was running. Austin Eckler going down was huge for me because after Nick Chubb went down, I was running back light.
Right.
Because I think my only other one was AP, who will get you 8-10 points a game, but it's not really going to have a breakout.
Nah, he's not the AP of Minnesota days.
Right. But he was getting a lion's share of the touches at the time. So.
Which is crazy.
And it's also who I could get.
Right.
'Cause everyone else in this league went running back heavy.
Yeah, I did.
And I have, like, almost all the good wide receivers.
Listen, I mean, I will say that this year I definitely was like, all right, I'm going to try to go running back heavy because they're a dime a dozen. You get that one great running back, and then everyone else, it's a little shady looking,
Yeah, but I wanted to make sure I got my one big running back, and I don't know how Nick Chubb fell to me in the second.
Lucky motherfucker.
I know. So I obviously started off with Derrick Henry. But once I had my solid one, I feel like wide receiver, the people who are going off this year are a lot less too. Like, there are people
Yeah.
who have big games, but the people who are consistently going off. And I honestly did not expect that to be Lockett because I picked Amari Cooper before him. Dude, fucking Lockett fell to me in like the 4th or the
I know.
5th.
I know. It was.
Are you kidding?
I think I was targeting. Like by that point, I'm like, all right, if I could get Tyler Lockett at this round, like I will gladly take it.
And the only reason I got Tyler Lockett is because someone took Lamar Jackson.
Oh my goodness.
Literally the pick before me. I was so upset.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, is Lamar Jackson going to fall to me in the 4th? Are we fucking going... Are we taking crazy pills here?
I mean, yes, we probably were, but...
And then the pick before me, he gets picked up. I was so mad.
Psych!
Because you were before me, and I was like, Dev's going to take him. Dev's definitely going to take him in the 4th. How are you not going to take Lamar Jackson in the 4th? And then you didn't take him. Then I was like, I'm golden.
Yep.
I'm in.
Nah, because I was like, yeah, I could get other quarterbacks. And I walked away with Russell Wilson, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I was questioning the last couple weeks. I was questioning the Brady pickup for me. Because I got Brady in like the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
And I have Goff on the bench, who I don't think is a great quarterback, but usually does well in fantasy because it's just a throw-heavy team.
Yep.
But yeah, Brady has unlocked the Avengers and is going to be dropping like 70 points a game.
Yeah, it's I mean, like we said before, that's just fucking unfair. That receiving core was already great.
Oh, yeah.
Throw in AB. Whoo! I can't wait to watch that shit.
The greatest receiving core we've ever seen.
Yeah.
So yeah, fantasy's looking up for me. I'm in a little bit of a hole right now. I think I'm 2-4, 2-5.
I'll tell you one sec.
But yeah, I'm feeling
2-5.
primed. I'm feeling primed to make a run. Looking at everyone else's team. I'm just hoping you and our other friend Eric, who will be on the show at some point.
When I remember to text and be like, "Yo, we're doing this shit this day." My bad.
Sorry, Eric. We'll get you there. But I just need y'all to lose like 3.
No, thank you. I'm upset with the game I lost last week and everything. And like Big Sean says, fuck me. Did I just forget it? Last night took an L, but tonight I bounced back.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Sorry, little brain fart right there. I'm just looking to bounce back every week, and I feel pretty good. You know, with my man Russ as my starting quarterback, got Dalvin Cook as my starting running back, Tyreek Hill, DJ Moore has woke up, and he gets to play Atlanta this week.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried about Dalvin Cook. Not for him as a player, just I feel like that team's starting to give up a little bit.
It's all right though. I have Alexander Madison.
Okay.
I made sure that if I was getting Cook or Alvin Kamara, I was going after the backups.
Yeah.
Because we all know that like they're great players, but they do have a tendency to get injured.
But I don't even mean like that. I mean,
like team wise, they're like, hey, we're done. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, and when like you see it, like obviously you see it with the Jets right now. They're not playing as hard because they're just like, why am I going to get myself injured for not making the playoffs?
I feel you.
And like, I honestly, I 100% get that.
Right. Yeah, same here.
Like maybe not, like you should play, you should try to win, but at the same time, don't like. They're not going to go for that crazy play that they could possibly get injured on because what's the point?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where someone in contention, like a Mike Evans or a Chris Godwin, they might lay out for that ball because this means they're playoff seeding. This means if they're going to the Super Bowl, like it matters.
Right. This means they get that little extra bonus in their check.
Right. That's the only thing you'll see players on those teams kind of lay out for is to try to reach those incentives.
Yeah.
But once they hit those, over.
Right. I will say, though, my 2 best pickups in this league have been Justin Jefferson and James Robinson.
Yeah.
And I got those hella late.
Yeah, the fact that I got Higgins and fucking Fulgrim in like week 7, week 6, somewhere around there.
Yep.
Like, I was surprised when they were still on the field.
Well, this league has been doing like some funky shit.
Yeah.
Like,
This is a funky league, yo.
like I picked Cam Newton off the waiver wire like 2 weeks after he got COVID.
Which, how?
I don't know.
I made a claim for him. I think I was last in the league at that point. Not anymore. Making a run. So how did you get him in the waiver wire over me? I was so mad when that happened.
I don't know.
Like, I'm fine because Brady fucking, like I said, unlocked the Avengers.
Listen, that worked out for you.
Yeah. So
Cam did shitty the last 2 weeks.
I was gonna drop Goff. I was not gonna drop Brady. Let's.
There's a reason why Cam is on my bench.
Yeah.
Also, because it's Russell Wilson.
Right. But yeah. So next year we're gonna do like a legit Basement Boys fantasy league. Where we're gonna actually run into it and talk a little more fantasy.
And we'll actually have like an off season where we can plan and not have to hopefully worry. Shit, are they gonna play? Are they gonna cancel? What's happening?
Yeah, that was the biggest thing for us this year because we didn't know if the league was even gonna start, if it was gonna start, if it's gonna end. We still don't know if it's gonna end. So we figured this was not the year to do an actual fantasy league. But I wish I had my phone because I could pull up the probabilities of if they're in their league or not so we could talk about like picks and all that, but we can go into that next time when I'm a little more prepared. I actually wasn't ready to talk about fantasy because I completely forgot about it, but
Sorry, I kind of just threw it in there.
no, it's all good.
I love throwing monkey wrenches into our plans.
Yeah, but yeah, they're probably not available in your league, but if you can, Higgins and Fulgham, I caught him late. Hopefully you can too. I was mad at Eric because he took AB.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna sneak that by everyone the second he got unsuspended, but Eric was on top of it.
Oh, you're not alone because I thought I could do it too. Fucking Eric.
Yeah, it's all right though. Yeah. So that's all I got on fantasy. We got to talk about the UFC fights over the weekend.
Ding ding.
So we had Ferguson Khabib finally, and I really have I have no words on that performance. It was beautiful. Khabib might not be the best striker in the world, but he's very good at threatening his takedowns to work into his striking. And it makes him look like he's like a world-class boxer, even though he has his shortcomings. And he's gotten better. I think DC was kind of the perfect guy to like take him under his wing.
Mm-hmm.
Because he came from that same wrestling background, trying to add in the striking and working the striking to either accent or be accented by his wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I thought AKA was the best place for Khabib. And you see in these little videos they release of their interaction, you talk about how he like Khabib's jab was so poppy and crisp and just out and back and just not lazy like he used to throw it. Like, you know what I mean? And like that's a DC thing all day. He really started to fight with the hands a lot more DC-esque with his level of wrestling. Is crazy because everyone's so worried about the takedown, they don't worry about his hands.
Right.
And I get it. He's probably the best MMA wrestler ever. But like in the Conor McGregor fight, if Conor would have let his hands go, he was having some success against Khabib. I'm not saying he would have won the fight. I'm just saying he was having... When Conor would throw shots and like let and flow a little bit, and I don't know if I would say forget about the takedown, but I digress. He was having success. He took a round from him.
Mm-hmm.
No one's ever done that. The man's lost one round in his entire career.
So when you're saying that his punches and jabs were looking crisp and strong. Was he doing that in his last fight, or was that just something that he
Yeah,
picked up in?
he's been progressively getting better and better in the striking throughout
Okay.
his whole UFC career. Um, I think that was definitely the culmination of all his training.
Mhm.
That was the best he's ever looked in his hands. Because Gaethje will throw. He's not afraid. Like, he says it all the time. Like, if I die in there, I die.
Right.
There's one interview where he was about to fight Michael Johnson right in the beginning of his career in the UFC anyway. Justin Gaethje was. And Michael Johnson's going on this big rant about like, you better be ready to die. And then the second he says die, Gaethje goes, yes, I am ready to die. And Michael Johnson was so taken back by it. He didn't, like, you could tell he had this like statement kind of like prepared in his head. So when he goes, I'm ready to die, and he just keeps finishing his statement like, and if you're not, don't try to come in there. It's just like, he literally just told you like, bro, I'm ready to die.
What are you going to say to that? Like, you're done at that point.
Yeah, and even after the fight, he was just like, look, I just felt alive for the 7 minutes or whatever it was that I was here, or 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great. I had a fucking blast. Gaethje's that guy. He's not going to be afraid to come at Khabib and do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
But the pressure Khabib was putting on him, the pace that he was keeping on him, Justin Gaethje never got off his back foot. And Justin Gaethje is never on his back foot, ever. He's always the guy moving forward, pushing the pace. And Khabib would just not let him do that.
Gaethje's the one that he'll eat like a couple punches, but still keep moving, right?
He's reined that in his past few fights with Trevor Whitman.
Mm-hmm.
I really give Trevor a lot of credit in that. Gaethje has always had the skill. He would just not fight smart.
Okay.
It would be exciting. It'd be the funnest fights to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And he still has that. He never wants to move backwards, but he's willing to do it to win the fight at this point. He wants to be a champion. He doesn't want to just be a punching bag. A punching bag that can hit harder and probably faster and better than you. Like, I'm not trying to say he doesn't have this skill, but the mentality and how he approaches the fights now is different.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the biggest thing for him. But yeah, so it's just an absolute masterclass, man. And then obviously Khabib retires after the fight, which I wasn't expecting, but didn't shock me. Because he's been talking about retiring for a while. He's said before that the last two fights he wants are the Gaethje fight, and then he wants to fight GSP. Doesn't look like the GSP fight's happening. The UFC seems to be pretty content in just being out of the GSP business, especially after he relinquished the title after winning it, the 185 title. And he's getting a little older himself, so you know what I mean. But yeah, but especially after his dad dying, you saw how close the relationship was and how much that affected him.
Well, that was his also head trainer too, right?
Yeah. Like since he was a kid. Yeah, he also has the guys at AKA that he went and trained with. But his dad kind of, for him, ran the show, I feel like. And everyone's talking about, oh, everyone retires all the time. They always come back, blah, 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 blah. Khabib's not coming back.
Didn't Khabib say that like his mom doesn't want him to fight anymore?
Yeah, he said, look, I promised my mom that this is going to be the last one, so I'm done. I just, like, that's it. And if you know anything about Khabib, you know how much his family means to him, how much, like, the fact that he's a very devout man, he's a very, all these things, so when he says to his mother, no, I'm not going to do this anymore, he's not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The only way I could ever see him come back is if his mother goes, you should take that one. You know what I mean? And I don't think she will.
Right.
And he even said in interviews before, like, he literally said, I just want to be free. He's like, I'm the eagle and I want to fly. Like, he he wants to make enough money to the point where him and his family are good for the rest of their life, and he can just go and do whatever he wants, whatever he feels like at the time. And I think he's the type of person who will be very content being out of the public eye.
Right.
He did what he did. He has a legacy. He's leaving it behind. He wants to fade out into the background now.
I mean,
and just enjoy the fruits of his labor.
And he's going out like on top. How many fighters get to say they're going out as a champion on their own terms when
undefeated, which has never happened in the UFC.
He's still at the top of his game, right?
Yeah.
So like, if he wasn't a devout man and made the promise to his fam and his dad was still with him, we could easily watch him, for another couple years.
I think he was coming close to the end. At the same, like, he's even before his father died, he's been mentioning like I said, like I want to be free. I'm an eagle. I want to fly. Like that interview was before his dad died. Like,
okay, I
believe. And he's been saying these things for years and years and years. So I'm happy I got to see the career like live and like while I was a fan of the sport and like, you know what I mean? But to the people holding on hope or like saying like, oh, it's the UFC, they always come back. He's not coming back. I will bet my last dollar on that. But yeah, just a marvelous, marvelous performance. Doing that to a guy like Justin Gaethje, I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
Yeah.
The only thing I will miss, like, I'm happy for Khabib. He did what he did his thing, and it is what it is. Would I love to see him fight more? Sure, but like he's laid out this plan from the beginning, and now it's coming to fruition. More power to you. I just wish we got the Ferguson fight, but that fight was cursed. They booked it 5 times, I believe, and it didn't happen once. So it is what it is.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to get the latest UFC game, and we'll simulate it 1,000 times, and we'll know who wins.
Maybe. I still think Khabib wins that one, but just how good Tony is in jiu-jitsu off his back, it would have been interesting.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot more interesting than a lot of the other peoples he could have faced. It posed a problem that I feel like Khabib hasn't seen. But yeah, that's about all fight talk I got. Anything else you got, Dev?
In the fighting world?
Or just in sports world?
Because we all know that you are the UFC guy.
Yeah.
I keep saying that, I'm just going to throw a chair into the ring and see what happens. They'll probably throw it right back at me and then maybe beat the crap out of me if that happens. But now in other news, I was going to say, congrats to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
First World Series since '88?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I was born in '88. So my lifetime is equivalent of Dodgers, drought of not winning the World Series.
But yeah, Clayton Kershaw, I think this is his first one, right?
Yep, finally gets a ring.
Yeah. After a stellar performance, I think most postseason strikeouts, most.
I think he's a 3-time Cy Young winner.
Yeah, like
he was an MVP in 1 year.
Basically, this is just the last nail in the building of his Hall of Fame plaque.
Yeah, like this was the one thing he needed. Like everyone knew he was going to be a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah, with or without this, I still think he would have been a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah, but this now just like solidifies him as one of the best.
This is like, okay, your first ballot now.
Right. No hesitation. But yeah, out of the game, there was a little bit of controversy. I mean, you got the typical analytics versus, trusting your gut. You had Blake Snell for the Tampa Bay Rays pitching a flawless game. I think he had 75 pitches.
Threw 7.
No, not even. Was it 7 innings?
I think it was in the 7th.
Okay.
I said through 7.
A 2-hit game going, and 9 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Pitching phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Dodgers were about to go through the lineup a third time, and Kevin Cash makes a call to take him out. And the rest of the world, the whole world, is just like, why?
And
Why would you do that?
He had Mookie Betts and someone else.
I think it was Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, they were the next 2 due up, I believe it was.
Right.
And he was 0-2 against both of them.
Yeah. And Blake was feeling it. He was feeling his stuff. I mean, to have 75 pitches through 7 innings, you're doing pretty damn good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. If that's a regular season, you might consider, go 8. We'll see what you can do. But I personally feel like Game 6 of the World Series, you got to trust your gut.
And they had the game to play with.
Yeah.
Even if they did fuck up. Like, yeah, it ended up working out. Or not them. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm thinking the wrong way. They didn't have the game to play with. But
this is when you leave it all on the table.
Yeah. The guy's feeling it. His stuff was there. He was throwing nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Let him play it out.
Yeah.
And it's not like he hasn't proved to you all season that he can fucking throw.
Right.
I don't know. I approach my life in a very analytical way, so I understand why you use the analytics, but I still think there's still that place to just trust your gut sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I'll say, like, when your back's up against the wall, no better time than trust your gut than then.
Yeah.
Because what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to lose with your ace on the mound? Okay. Like, it sucks, but you went with your gut.
Yeah.
Especially when he was pitching phenomenally.
Right.
And holding, it was only a 1-0 game. So you're keeping the Dodgers off the scoreboard, which is the hardest thing to do all postseason.
Exactly.
But unfortunately, Tampa couldn't get it done. They pull out Snell, and Mookie just does what Mookie got paid to do.
Yeah.
And, I think he hits like a hard double. Ends up, being that first run to get them going and everything. Comes back later, seals it with a home run. Yeah, Mookie, congrats. 2-time World Series champion and got paid. So, like...
Yeah, Mookie's another guy I can like now because he's not a Red Sox.
Yeah. Like, I had a lot of fun actually being like, Mookie, you're not that bad.
Yeah,
like,
you're a good player. You're good at this game.
Yeah, it's not more like, fucking Mookie,
yeah.
Sure, drop that. But the big controversy coming out of that game is Justin Turner tested positive.
True. And
for
played
COVID.
6 innings?
Something like that, yeah. And once MLB got the results, they immediately told him that he had to be, taken out of the game. Right thing to do.
Right.
Then they win the World Series, and he is on the field with his teams and has a mask on, and then eventually takes it off and is posing for pictures and, clapping and cheering and hugging his teammates. And now you're like, fucking A.
Yeah. Okay, so this entire team is about to... There ain't going to be no ticker tape parade for them.
Right. And the crazy thing is, like, if the Dodgers have lost Game 6, there'd be no Game 7 right now.
Yep.
It would be postponed.
Yep.
So, like, what the fuck, MLB?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can blame, like, Manfred for that. I think that's more the teams themselves.
Yeah.
And the guys in the building shouldn't have let him come back out.
Right.
But, I don't know. Is what it is. I guess we'll probably find out more information on, like, how these things were able to happen like that. But who knows?
Is what happens when you play at other ballparks down in Texas.
All right. I think that's it for me today, Dev.
I think that's it for me as well.
All right. Thanks for joining us today on the Basement Boys podcast. I'm Chris Gray. That is Devin Mitchell. See ya.
Deuces.
Welcome to the basement.